What's going on, beautiful people? I'm the Grandmaster, and I also go by D-Ray, bringing you guys week number 5. This is the team builder for our game against my boy, a good buddy, Ant, aka ItzWhateva, and his Sacramento Nido Kings. This is going to be an epic bout. The San Diego Snugglers are ready to rumble. So, we're going to go over the team, why we're bringing what we're bringing, all that fun jazz. If you guys are new here, please do me a massive favor, hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, hit the bell button so you guys get notified every single time I post a new video. And if you're excited for this matchup, make sure you shadow claw that thumbs up button. Now, the team is going to be the team that we're playing as below the mascot. So, he's got a Terrakion, very threatening Pokemon. This is the second Terrakion in the past 2 weeks that we had to face. We're able to beat MattOshea with his, so let's hope that we can beat this one as well. Very threatening fighting and rock type Pokemon. Hits like an absolute truck, so we have to keep that in check. It does have a 108 base speed, so not only is it hitting hard, it's hitting fast. So that's the thing. He's got Gigantamax Dreadnought. It's Gigantamax moves, sets up Stealth Rock. I do think that he does bring it. It's a good offensive threat with Water and Rock Stab. So it's his Gigantamax one. He's probably going to end up bringing it. He's got Copperajah. Copperajah, very, very thick steel, pure steel type Pokemon that has access to Stealth Rock, Sheer Force, Heavy Metal. So it's going to be tough for us to deal with it, but I think that we can. So Cop, I think, also comes. He's got a Galvantula. Galvantula, very good fast electric type that sets up Sticky Web. He may want to try to do some shenanigans like that for our team. And Bug Stab is pretty solid. Goes through subs, all that fun jazz. Gets good grass coverage in Giga Drain and in Energy Ball. He's got an Umbreon. Umbreon, very, very good evolution. One of my favorites of them all. I'd probably say maybe you could be my favorite evolution. Pure Dark typing, very good Speed F stat, very good defense stat, really good HP stat. He may want to bring it to be able to counter Dragapult. And he also has a Piloswine. Very good Eviolite user, good Stealth Rocker, awesome priority in Ice Shard. Gets good stabs, ice and ground. Obviously, not very much switches into that. Very thick with the Eviolite, so I do believe that comes as well. He's got a Haxorus. It may or may not come. If he doesn't bring Galvantula, he probably ends up bringing Haxorus, but we'll see. Very threatening Wall Breaker. Base 147 attack stat is nothing to scoff at, so you gotta think about that. He's got a Gardevoir, Fairy and Psychic type Pokemon. Does he bring it? Probably not, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does. So Gardevoir, very good dual stabbing. Gets the ability Trace, which basically would copy my ability, so that's something to keep in mind. He's got the Roserade, very good grass and poison type Pokemon, sets up Spikes, Toxic Spikes, and Spikes. We got cucked last week by Toxic Spikes, so that's something that we do have to keep in mind. We don't want to have to deal with those Toxic Spikes. And then he has the Heatmore, which he has utilized this season. So I've seen some Assault Vest sets come from him, and it's come in clutch form. So it may come, you never know. But the 6 that I think is going to come is on the left, and then the rest of the team is on the right. The team that we decided to bring first up is going to be, oh, spoilers, is going to be Arya. Arya the Togekiss. So Arya is running a Choice Scarf this week, and we're running it with Serene Grace, obviously. We're running it with Air Slash, Dazzling Gleam, Aura Sphere, and Baton Pass. The EV spreads that we have on this thing is 64 in HP, 52 in defense, 252 in special attack, 140 in speed. The idea behind this is to be able to come in, outspeed everything. I outspeed a max speed Terrakion by 1 point, which could be pretty clutch for us, and I can flinch things to death, hit things really hard with the modest nature. Aura Sphere is there for Piloswine, for Umbreon, for basically hits the vast majority of his team, right? It hits Terrak, it hits Dreadnought, it hits Copperajah, it hits Umbreon, it hits Piloswine, so it's really, really good. And then Dual Stab, obviously. If he detects or if he feels that Togekiss is a threat and I can feel like he's going to switch out, I can drive Baton, pass out, and then get my momentum that way. So that could be pretty clutch. I do have to keep Togekiss around for the end game. Very, very important piece this week. So shout out to baby girl Arya. Next mon making his debut is going to be Gigalith, aka The Rock. So Gigalith was picked up after we dropped Gigantamax Sandaconda, and we picked up this mon and Gigantamax Orbeetle as well as can't even remember the top of my head anymore. Anyway, we have HUDDLE UP now, so I think it's going to be a lot better for our team, I think, in my personal opinion. So it's going to come this week, running Rock Blast, Body Press, Iron Defense, and Stealth Rock. If there's a situation where he does bring Galvantula, I could lead with this thing, and if he wants to set up Sticky Webs, I can knock it out with 3 hits of Rock Blast, so that could be something that we want to do. The spread that we're running this week is 248 in HP, we have 140 in defense, and then we have 76 in special defense, and then 44 in speed. And so the idea behind this thing is to come on in, eat some hits, dish them back. Body Press I'm able to set up on Umbreon and 1v1 it if I can kill it before the toxic damage. Body Press is also going to be there for, again, the rest of his team because he's very weak to Fighting Stab. Stealth Rock is there obviously for hazards, and yeah, that's going to be our HUDDLE UP this week. Running Leftovers for some longevity, and it's going to set up Sand for our next mon, Excadrill. Excadrill is running Heavy Duty Boots this week, and we're running it with the Sand Rush ability, so we are able to be the fastest Pokemon on the field. I did EV this with 252 in attack, 16 defense, 196 in speed, running the Jolly nature. And the idea behind this is under Sand, I do outspeed a Jolly, Choice Scarf, max speed Terrakion by 1 point under Sand. So that's the idea behind that. Earthquake, Iron Head, Rapid Spin, Swords Dance. If I can find the opportunity to Swords Dance, I definitely will, because Earthquake does a lot of damage to his entire team, except for no, it does a lot of damage to his entire team. So we do have to keep that in mind that Excadrill is going to do a phenomenal job this week. Iron Head is there in case he brings Gardevoir. It also does hit the Piloswine for super effective damage. So that's the idea behind that. Rapid Spin is there to remove hazards. I put Heavy Duty Boots on it because if he does bring up Sticky Web, I don't want to have to worry about that. I need to make sure that Excadrill is the fastest mon on the field under Sand. So we cannot deal with Sticky Webs this week. So very important that we put Heavy Duty Boots on there. And plus not having to take residual damage is nice. So that's our Excadrill this week, gonna be really clutch. We have El Guapo. El Guapo's coming this week. Milotic is running Scald, Ice Beam, Confuse Ray, and Recover. Although it was only a 30% chance to get the Confusion, I think that it still could be clutch this week. I've been wanting to run Confuse Ray on Milotic for a long time, but I think that this is the week because I couldn't find another move to really run on it. So the EV spread that I have on this thing is 248 in HP, 156 in defense, 100 in special attack, 4 in speed def, running the Bold nature. The idea behind this is I'm able to come in on Terrakion, take a close combat, and then I have enough special attack investment to one-shot it from full with Scald if he has no special defense investment, because the close combat will reduce his speed def by 1, and I'm able to kill it the next turn. So that's the idea behind that. And then it basically shuts down Piloswine. Shuts it down. Marvel Scale is going to be there in case he does decide to status it. I'm able to at least boost my defense, which allows me to switch in and out and reduce the toxic damage, but we'll see how it goes. Unfortunately, Refresh is not in the game, or else I would definitely run Refresh, but it's not in there, which is what it is. So instead we're running Confuse Ray. So this is going to be really, really good this week with Leftovers, obviously. Next mon that we have is Air Force Uno with Dragapult running Leftovers. This mon is going to be really, really clutch for us. Infiltrator ability allows us to ensure that we're able to hit a Terrakion that decides to set up a random substitute, or anything else that decides to set up a substitute, like Gardevoir or Haxorus. If it sets up a sub, we don't have to worry about that. But I'm not running Clear Body, so I do have to get Sticky Webs off the field if he does set it up. That's really, really important. I decided that Infiltrator was more important this week because substitute Terrakion would mow through our team 100%. So we have to make sure that we're able to hit it behind the sub. So the EV spreads that we have is 140 in HP, 252 in attack, 116 in speed, running the Jolly nature. And we're also going to be running substitute ourselves. Sub, Dragon Dance, Dragon Darts, and Phantom Force. We're running offensive, physically offensive Dragapult this week. Going to be very, very good for a very speed def Umbreon, and it's able to hit Basically, if you look at his team, he doesn't have a normal type, so I'm able to get free Phantom Forces. There's nothing that he can switch in on the next turn that allow it to be blocked, so that could be pretty clutch depending. And I'm able to stall out his last turn or turns of his Gigantamax with Phantom Force. So that's the idea behind that. Substitute is there to be able to get a free opportunity to Dragon Dance, and then Leftovers is there for longevity. If we can boost up, hopefully then Dragapult can sweep or break his team. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes. And then the last mon that we have is going to be Snack Time, aka Rotom. It's going to be a huge supportive Pokemon for us this week. So, look at that, my mouse just died. That's unfortunate. Okay, so Snack Time is going to be really, really important for us. We're basically running enough speed to outspeed Gardevoir. And basically it's here to set up Reflect. That's the idea behind our Rotom this week. Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Reflect, and Toxic. Being blown up on Discord right now. Reflect is there because there's a lot of physical attackers, so we do have to get the Reflect up. We are running, we're running this thing with Light Clay to get maximum Reflect turns. The Levitate ability is going to allow us to completely shut down, well, not shut down. That means that we're guaranteed to get a Reflect up on Piloswine and Toxic it in return, so that way we can semi-deal with that. We want to Toxic the Umbreon as best we can. Volt Switch is there for pivot, so if he brings in the Piloswine on my Volt Switch, I can Toxic it. Thunderbolt is there to be able to deal with the Dreadnought and anything else that decides to come in to stay in, get some damage off, and then Volt Switch out. But setting up Reflect is going to be super, super important because we have Swords Dance on Drill, and then we have Dragon Dance on Dragapult. So that's going to be the team. Really, really excited for it. Ant is waiting for us right now, so we're going to go ahead and connect with my mans, and we'll see you guys for the matchup tomorrow. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. Leave a like. We're going to get into the matchup, so I'm going to get the heck up out of here. Have a great rest of your night, and above all else, be nice. Peace.